Hi, I'm Marilyn Smith, founder of ENACT, the Energy Action Project. We're headquartered in Paris, France, but we've got cool contributors from all over the world. On November 9th, 1989, when the wall fell in Berlin, I was living in Vancouver, Canada, and waitressing at a revolving restaurant called The Top of the World. We served international cuisine, but I've got to say, I never gave a thought to how those ingredients made it to our kitchen, or how anyone back home would have cooked exactly the same meal. ENACT breaks down the walls between people who use energy, as in all of us, and the wide range of experts who play diverse roles in trying to match up demand and supply in very different contexts. ENACT can best be described as a social journalism project with a dual mission. First, through storytelling, we raise awareness of how high levels of energy poverty in different parts of the world impact people's daily lives. But we're also big on solutions, so we do reporting on who is doing what to boost access to energy, in line with Sustainable Development Goal number 7, universal access to clean, affordable energy. Second, we aim to directly boost energy literacy, and I'll come back to that. ENACT believes it's time for everyone to get energy, whether that means gaining access to modern energy services or better understanding energy sources and systems. When I served as chief editor at the International Energy Agency, I would often go to dinner parties with friends and tell them these cool facts from our reports. Like this one. Over the lifetime of a microwave oven, 90% of the electricity it consumes goes to running the digital clock, only 10% to heating food. Well, I could see that reams of information were being produced about how we needed to transform the way we produce and use energy. Very little of it was getting to the public. Clearly, somebody needed to launch a funky energy news and information outlet. What surprised me the most when developing the concept for ENACT was really how little people know about energy. In a US survey that asked 18 basic questions about energy, only 12% of people could get half correct. That's an 88% failure rate. In sharp contrast, people who live in energy poverty have a very keen sense of its cost and its value. I'll never forget speaking with Mercy, a university student in Liberia, as she described being younger and having to calculate how many hours she would have to work to buy a single candle, and then budgeting her study time to make that candle last as long as possible. ENACT is unique in that it connects the dots between interesting bits of information to build narrative. Let me give you an example. After hearing about a study that found, on average, people think about energy only 10 minutes per year, we decided to focus our attention on Instagram and an account we call Everyday Energy. With 5 images and captions, we're getting people to think about energy for 5 minutes every day. That's exponential change, and our account is seeing exponential growth. Across multiple platforms and across stories, we show and tell the reality that how we produce and consume energy shapes people's lives and will ultimately determine the future of our planet. Our tagline, Reporting that Seeks to Empower, reflects our aim to help people make better decisions about energy. With empowerment being the end goal, it means we also have to find ways to engage, inform, and explain. While much of our content is geared towards the public, there's a second vitally important layer that aims to connect experts who are tackling energy-related problems from very diverse perspectives. In fact, in a recent survey of our followers, 40% of respondents said that our content had prompted them to make a new professional connection, and 75% said that they had cited our content or used it in educational and advocacy work. Society benefits from our efforts to make energy information very accessible. In the 1930s, my father grew up on a farm in Canada with no electricity. By the time I was born in the 1960s, the Western world was so energy rich, we barely gave it a thought. Thanks to an act, some of my friends have stopped drinking bottled water, and young people I know are opting for no energy cooling solutions before turning on the air conditioner. The big question that remains unanswered is, how do we, collectively, execute a just, clean energy transition globally? That macro challenge will require millions of micro solutions based on understanding of people's energy needs and the resources best able to meet them at an affordable price in a sustainable way. The part of my work that keeps me awake at night is the question of how to reach every person on the planet with energy information that is relevant to his or her needs in a format and language that empowers.